Edge and Randy Orton, ladies and gentlemen, about to hop into this thing right now. Backlash was a decent pay-per-view. Nothing to write home about in my estimation. I did love Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. That was an excellent match. But we're going to be hopping into Edge versus Randy Orton, a decent pay-per-view at best. But we're going to hop into the quote-unquote greatest wrestling match ever right now. Ladies and gents, this is the moment you waited for. Edge and Randy Orton, let's go. So, did they pull it off? Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say, I was very surprised last night. First, we had the sale of Byron Saxton. He said that, you know what, this is going to be different camera angles, advanced audio. And I was like, okay, let's see what they're going to pull off here. So, the first thing you notice is that, you know what, we got some different camera angles that I enjoyed. We had the piped in noise. I got to say that, you know what, I enjoyed the fact that they had the piped in noise for the intros. And I thought it was going to stop right then and there. What I didn't like was the noise throughout the match, but you know what? Edge and Randy Orton overcame it, and I'm going to get into that. I absolutely love these new camera angles. We had a spot off of the top rope. I'm not sure what it was. I think it was a superplex. Edge comes down, and like the camera is just right in his face as he's writhing in pain. So job well done from that aspect. We had a fast match from the start, and man, when I tell you, I have not seen Randy Orton work this hard, like, ever. Like, I've never seen Randy Orton work that hard. Like, Chopper is on the clock, and I'm gonna get to that later as well. I thought the match was really good. Look, man, once you get past all the aesthetics that was bothering me, like the piped-in noise throughout the entire match, what did you have? You had two old guys out there giving every single thing that they had, man, including Edge getting hurt, man. And these guys did a hell of a job, man. I have tweeted at one point, bruh, these guys are trying their hearts out. These are two old guys, man. And you know what, man, there was a lot of near falls, a wee bit too many near falls, but a lot of exciting stuff that happened in this match. They started putting out finishers from legends, and like, okay, I like the pedigree. I absolutely love the kill switch from Edge, obviously Christian's move, but the rock bottom was kind of came out of nowhere. It's like, what kind of connection does that have? Sure, he was a rival of Triple H, but it was kind of out of nowhere. But I absolutely thought there was at one point, 2 points where I thought the match was absolutely over. Randy Orton hit the RKO, and normally it's over when he hits it. One of the more protected finishers in all of wrestling. We got a near fall of that. Edge hits 2 spears. I thought the match was over. And now, I know this match was taped, but I don't look at spoilers, so I didn't know who won. I was on the edge of my seat like it was live. I thought the match was over then, and man, Randy Orton pulled out the punt. How about that, man? Like, yes, they went all out for this match, and it was an exciting match. Did they pull it off? Was it the greatest match of all time? I tell you what, I ran a poll on Twitter, and to my knowledge, the last I looked at it, I said, did they pull it off? As in, was it the greatest match ever? The options were, was it great, or it was great, but it wasn't the greatest, it was good, or I didn't enjoy it. And last I checked, they pulled it off, and it was great, was tied at the top. So there are actually people out there that believe it was the greatest match ever. From my perspective, look, I don't believe it was the greatest match ever. It was never going to be, and the reason it got so much criticism was not because we didn't think that Edge and Orton could pull off a really good to great match. It was it was not stipulation, it was the tagline heading in. Like, the greatest match ever, come on, man. But I will tell you this, these guys had a match of the year candidate. Now, had WWE said this is going to be the greatest match of the year, man, that would have came off as tremendous. Like, they really went out and had a match of the year candidate. So I gotta give it up to those guys, man. Edge, I'm not sure of their age, but you know, Edge, Randy Orton have been around for ages now. And Edge, man, his first singles match without all the bells and the whistles, without a stipulation, and he pulls out that. That is just all time. You want to talk about all time? That is all time incredible to me. Props goes out to that guy, but I just hate that he had an injury. He's going to be out for months now. But what a way to go out if you're going to go out. And I mean, for a few that I had lost interest in, I watched that match last night as a fan. And you know what? It made me say, okay, Edge is going to be out. But when he comes back, let's have his third match. I don't know what they can pull off. I don't know what kind of stipulation that they can pull off after they didn't quote unquote have the greatest wrestling match ever. But you know what? If they go down the route of a third match, I'm excited about it. Maybe it's going to take place at a big pay-per-view, Royal Rumble or wherever. If they go down that route, I would happily welcome that, because these guys had a tremendous match. And Randy Orton, props to that guy. You know, what do we think about when we think about Randy Orton? Headlocks, slow matches, not great matches, and he just came out and put on a performance, man. You don't see Randy Orton going out like that all the time. I had a Twitter comment, and I'm trying to remember off the top of my head who it was. I'm sorry that I cannot remember off the top of my head. But he said that, you know what, this was the greatest Randy Orton match of his career. And my first instinct was to say, man, that is a hot take. But you know what? It is. It is Randy Orton's greatest match. And well done to that guy. He's had some pretty good matches. One that I think off the top of my head is the match that he had with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, the one we got the tremendous RKO. But even that match didn't compare to this one. And I got it right here, the Twitter account at God Stratosphere. That's GOT Stratosphere. He put in that comment. Thanks for that comment. But like all those matches that I think about, just doesn't compare to this one, because this was absolutely insane. And just job well done to those guys going completely all out. I'm excited to see what happens with Randy Orton going forward. He had the feud going with, well, the Twitter feud going with Ciampa, and Ciampa is on the clock. Randy Orton went out there and put on a masterpiece, Ciampa, and like Ciampa put out the phrase that, you know, I put on Randy Orton matches to put my daughter to sleep, and he put on that great match. You are on the clock, sir. You're on the clock. That's what I have to say about that. But let me know what you guys think. Greatest wrestling match ever, great match, whether that be in the Twitter comments or at TooSweetPod or at OMG Corey Beat. Or if you're watching on YouTube, let me know in the Twitter comments as well. Leave a like as well if you'd like to. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is my thoughts on the quote-unquote greatest wrestling match ever. Let me know yours.